Can you tell me your name and a little bit about yourself?
April Griffin, and I'm 48. I'm a student at Kaiser University. I'm a native Floridian, a Marine Corps veteran, mother of two, and a grandmother of two.
Wow, that's amazing. So, where do we even get started? I mean, now that you're in school, you're getting your undergraduate degree, why'd you choose to come back to school in the first place?
I wanted always to go to school when I was younger, but I just didn't have the funds and I didn't have the time. I joined the military, and then I had kids, so everything got in the way, and not in the way, but they just took precedence and priority. And so as I encouraged my kids to go to college, I always told them once they graduated that I would go back to school and fulfill my dreams. So once they graduated, I signed up. She's like, they just told me to go do it.
And what's it been like as an adult learner? What's it been like to come back to school? How's it all been for you?
Terrifying. It's been terrifying. I mean, there's so many younger kids, and learning how to study has been my biggest obstacle. That and funds, of course, and making time for everyone because I still, have to spend time with my children and my grandbabies and work. But it's been great. Everyone's been very supportive. I love Kaiser University. It's a tightly knit group that's very supportive in the process to make sure that you succeed. And for me, that's everything. I don't feel like I'm going through the journey alone. It's just a big process, and they help break it down into small baby steps so that it just doesn't overwhelm you.
So you stole my next question. I was going to ask you, why'd you choose Kaiser University? When you were, looking through all the different schools that you could have chosen, why'd you end up coming here?
Truthfully, I was driving down I-95 and I saw the Kaiser billboard for nursing, and God put it on my heart to call right then. And I put it off, and I saw another one when I was going to see my kids. So I called, and Joel spoke to me and encouraged me and just made the appointment and walked me through the process. And within 2 days, he had me signed up and in here. So he was the true motivator, that, and I guess God, for me, it was.
Amazing, amazing. And now that you're in school, I mean, tell me, what are some of your favorite parts about it? What do you love to do now that you're a student? How has this impacted you in your life?
The diversity. I love interacting with all the different, from age groups and ethnic groups, and I love the conversations. I love hearing about people's stories and their lives, and it's so enriching in that part. I thought that I would be going to learn something and get a career, but I'm getting so much more through the process. I mean, it just develops you completely, and it gives you a different perspective on life. I've learned so much in my speech class and critical thinking, and just hearing about other people's journeys and what they're going through has really just broadened me and expanded my heart and my ability to listen and be supportive as well as feel supported.
Amazing. And, for any other individuals out there that, have grandchildren and had previous careers and are now thinking about school, what would you recommend to them? And what are some of the best practices that you've learned that would help them through this process?
Just go ahead and swallow it and go that frog, eat that frog. Don't procrastinate. Do it now. Life is what you make it, and it's joyful, and it's okay to make change. And yes, it's going to be scary, and it's you're going to show up and you're going to have butterflies, but I just say do it and reach out and talk to the people around you, and it'll make you grow as a human being. It'll bring everything back to life. It's like taking, fallow ground that hasn't been worked, or is, all the nutrients have been taken out, and we let it rest for a little bit, and then we go back in and we just enrich it, and we plant new seeds and new thoughts and new soil, and you see just this vibrance come alive within yourself, and you just grow.
That's amazing, and that's great words of advice. April, you're so inspirational. When you think about what you're doing right now and how you were telling me earlier it inspired your kids to go back to school, what does that mean to you? And can you tell us a little bit more about that?
That's everything to me. The one thing in life that I wanted to be, but more than anything, is a great mom. And there were a lot of times in the journey that I really felt like I failed them, or I wasn't meeting their needs or my expectations. I think it really boils down to, and for my family, no one's ever graduated college on both sides of my family. My kids were the first people to ever graduate on both sides. So that was really a big obstacle and an achievement. And so, I always pushed them to go. I just wanted them to have more than I had. So I think that's every parent's dream. And then when I went back to school, my daughter has now signed up to go back and get her master's and be a physician's assistant. So that just, it touched me because she said she was so proud of me. And for me, that's the best thing you can ever hear from your kid, is how proud they are of you and how you inspired them. So, I hope that when I graduate, my grandbabies can come and cheer for me. I mean, that would be the best dream come true for me.
That's amazing, and that's quite a legacy, given not only your service and now that you're coming back and inspiring your future generations. Yeah. My next question for you is, what does this ICUF fellowship mean to you? What is getting this recognition, going to Tallahassee now in January? What does it mean for you as an individual?
It's a little overwhelming, but it's such an honor. I'm so grateful for the nomination and also for the selection. And I look forward to speaking and hopefully promoting or inspiring them to continue to give, because the FRAG grant has helped me to be able to work less so that I can go ahead and work harder on my studies, which is my primary goal right now. Because now I love the career that I have, but long term, I want to be a physician's assistant. I want to serve others and serve my community. So in the gift that they've given me now, hopefully I'll be able to repay it tenfold or more later on down the road. So I hope that they continue to give those grants to people in need.
That's an incredible message for our legislature and, for all of our community leaders out there that don't know what the FRAG grant is and how it impacts our communities here in Florida. So we really appreciate your service, your leadership, what you do. I guess, my last question for you is, what are some thoughts? What does it mean to be, at Kaiser University, and what does it mean to represent not only the students here, but also, the entire ICUF nation? What does it mean to you? And as a whole, what does it mean?
It's a responsibility. It's a responsibility and a moment where I can say thank you so much for what you've given to me, and please continue to give to the others that are in need, because I believe education is going to free so many people to continue to serve humanity itself, not just the community, not just the country, but humanity itself. Education is going to take them to some place that without they'll never be able to achieve. I don't believe.
Amazing. Thank you so much, and go Eagles, huh?
Go Eagles.